Anyway, so Kyani is a phenomenal set of products. It's a great company. And tonight we have just the perfect thing to show you tonight because we have a new presentation. Mr. Chris Cannon has worked on this presentation and just gotten it down to perfection. And so we're going to just present you with some amazing information. That's what I love about Kyani. We don't have to get in front of the room and tell you you're going to be rich. We don't have to hype it up. We don't have to blow anything out of proportion. What we're going to show you tonight are the cold, hard facts that are really not cold and hard. They're warm and soft. How's that? Okay. Really, seriously, the facts that we have to present to you tonight are just really fun. As Melissa mentioned, I've really traveled all over the world thanks to Kyani. And I've seen people from every walk of life, from every culture, from every point of illness, from every point of well-being get on our products. And I've watched thousands and thousands of lives change. Kyani Team Aloha has now put these products in over 20,000 people, just our team, over the last 3 years. And we've seen astounding results. And that's what we're here to share with you tonight is Kyani. It's all about helping people. It's all about the Aloha spirit. It's all about helping people succeed in life, not just in products and not just in their health, but in all parts of their life. So here we go. So what we want to start out with, of course, is a Kyani story, and it's a magnificent story. It is what life is all about. It really is. Truly, when we're done tonight, you're going to feel different about coming here and about what you thought was going to go on as guests, okay? Because where the company's story starts is with the founders, and that's Dick and Gail Powell. They owned Mrs. Powell's Cinnamon Buns, and they were multimillionaires. They were in almost every mall in this country. They were semi-retired, and they were going up to Alaska hunting and fishing and ran into a doctor there who was studying the Eskimo people. She's a physiologist, University of Miami, studying the Eskimo people. Now, why do you think she'd be studying the Eskimo people? Because they're very healthy, exactly. They don't have a word in the Tikrit language or any of the 9 major dialects. There's no word in their vocabulary for heart disease, for high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, cancer, any of those things because they don't suffer from those things in their old age. It's just an amazing culture, and she was up there studying for over 10 years. And what we're going to show you next is what that research revealed and how Kyani got started. Because what they did was they decided that even with all their money, they didn't have the ability to convert these nutritional things that the Eskimos were eating and put them into products. And so they went and talked to their neighbors, the Hansons and the Taylors. This is really the fun part of the story. And the reason why is because Kyani did not get started like every other network marketing company that you may be familiar with. Every single one of those, from Amway all the way until the present time, has had one purpose in mind, and that's to make the owners rich. That's why most people start businesses. Kyani is different, and we're going to start proving it right now because these two gentlemen don't need any more money. They don't need a job. They certainly didn't need to start a network marketing company. But when they heard the Powell story, when they heard that there's products that can actually change people's lives, they got very excited about that. So Mr. Kirk Hansen's family owns a company called Conrad and Bischoff. It's oil distribution, one of the largest in the country, the largest private oil distributor in the 9 western states. They do over $600 million a year. Don't need any more money, okay? The Taylor family has a little company called Taylor Farms, the second largest potato producer in the state of Idaho and the second largest beef producer. They do over $500 million a year. So our owners' combined income, combined sales for a year gross over $1 billion between them. So these gentlemen did not need another company, another thing to do in their lives to keep them busy, but they started Kyani for one reason, and that's to take these incredible products out to the world. And that's why Kyani is so exciting. That's why it's so different, because we have owners who are businessmen who know everything there is to know about business, and they know everything there is to know about taking this company worldwide and helping us to spread the word. Okay, so that's how Kyani got started. Now, they didn't know a lot about network marketing, but they knew that was the industry of choice. Isn't that interesting? Because when I first started, I'll tell you my story in a minute, but when I first started, I didn't want to do network marketing because it's the same thing. You beat up on your friends and neighbors and they run away and they quit answering their phones. right? That was my view, seriously, okay? But they knew that network marketing was word of mouth advertising, then there isn't a better way. They had the money to take this the standard route, to go through Walmart or Costco or whatever, but they chose network marketing because they're astute businessmen. And if they could change the model, which is a big task, then they have something. So they went out and hired this man, Mr. Michael Bashirs. So Melissa said that I'm on the CEO Council. That means that I talk to this man almost every single day. And I'm just here to tell you, let me start off by sharing a little bit of my story because it leads into this. 3 years ago, I was a broke school teacher, no exaggeration, and I'm not building the story up at all. I was flat broke, 10 months behind on my rent. Thank goodness our landlord was a family friend, and he was even talking about kicking us out. Seriously, that's where I was 3 years ago. And I had no idea that I would be in the position I am today. And when I first met this man, he scared the heck out of me, okay? And now he's like my dad. He's like my best friend. He's like somebody I talk to all the time. He asks for my advice on stuff. And so this man, Mr. Michael Bashirs, is a marvel. He has spent over 20 years in this industry and in business. And as CEO, he spent 7 years as a member of the board of directors of the Direct Selling Association, which governs all network marketing in the United States. So they went out and hired the right person to combine all this together. So we have businessmen who know everything there is to know about how to run a big business, and we have a gentleman who's our CEO who knows everything there is to know about network marketing. We have literally a perfect company. Stephen Hatch was the first guy I met. You talk about a man with integrity, a man with good feeling, warm fuzzies when I met this guy. That's what convinced me to do Kyani. When I met that guy, he reflects the owners. He reflects Michael Bashirs. All these people are decent, hardworking, great, trustworthy people. We finally have a company that you can believe in and trust. That's why Kyani is different. And Scott Siddall is cut out of the same mold. He's our legal counsel and vice president. That's basically our company. We really, truly have a company that is different than anything you've looked at. And have you ever noticed when you get into something, the further you get into it, the worse it gets? Almost everything there is. I've worked for companies. I've been all around the world over the last 40 years of doing business for myself. And what I've found about Kyani is the more I look, the better it gets. And that's very rare in this life. This company is a company you can trust and a company you can believe in. They have money, they're going to be around, and they're in the oil industry and in the potato business, okay? So they're going to be around. All right. Now, so what did they come up with that's so different? So first of all, the company is different. Did everybody get that? Do you new people get why this company is so different? When you have owners with that kind of money, with that kind of knowledge about how to run a business, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry 1 second about the direction of the company or whether the company is going to be around, which is a concern. Did you know that there are over 14,000 network marketing companies and that every day hundreds of them go out of business? Kyani is riding to the top. It really is that good. So what we're looking at is, why did they do this business? Why would these multi-millionaires be interested in starting Kyani? And the reason is very simple. It's because we aren't getting the nutrition we need. Is it obvious that in the world today that food has gotten to the point where there's no nutrition in it whatsoever? I mean, it's like that. It's that stark. So what they found out, of course, was what Dr. McKenzie found out as she was studying the Eskimo people, is why they were so healthy is because of what? What they eat, right? And what they were eating is wild Alaskan blueberries and wild Alaskan sockeye salmon. We're going to talk about those in a minute. But what's interesting about that is that there's lots of stuff out there in the world today. But when we're done today, we're going to show you products that provide the body with the nutrition it needs, okay? And that's how we're going to introduce it. So where we're going to start off is this. Our first product is called Kyani Sunrise. Now, we had a chart from Japan that Chris and I brought back that shows nutrition 50 years ago and nutrition today. Just let me give you an example. When you do spinach, it used to give you 18,000 units of vitamin A. Today it's 1,700. If you were to take a peach 50 years ago and eat peaches enough to to equal the nutrition 50 years ago, you would have to eat 35 peaches to equal the nutrition that a peach had 50 years ago. So needless to say, our nutrition is suffering in the world today. The reason why everybody's sick, the reason why cancer is rampant, the reason why diabetes is going crazy, the reason why high blood pressure, heart disease, everything is going nutty is because we don't have nutrition in our food. Is that obvious to everybody? We're talking about fresh food from the store is not delivering. What about all the junk we eat? Okay, I don't want to get sued, so I'm not going to name any of the fast foods, right? Okay, but seriously, think about what you eat every day. It's crazy what we eat, okay? So, where we want to start off with is Kyani Sunrise. This is a product that I didn't quite get what it was in the beginning. I took it, but I didn't know why it was working until I started looking at it. This is providing you with everything you need in the form of vitamins, minerals, trace minerals, and antioxidants. Ever heard of that word? Antioxidants. Free radicals are to blame for almost all of the stuff that's going wrong in our body. Free radicals. We're being bombarded every day with free radicals. Antioxidants bind with those free radicals and take them harmless out of the body. So what we have in Kyani Sunrise is 100% of the daily vitamins and minerals. Bioavailability. Think about this. What's the bioavailability of a vitamin pill? Anybody know? Yeah, 18%, thank you. 18%, and if you get time release, it might jump all the way up to 20 to 30. So I want you to look at this. The bioavailability of Kyani Sunrise is 97 to 100%. So think about that. Just think about getting nutrition into your body. This product makes everything else look small, okay? It helps maintain heart, stress management, immune system. You can read all that. But here's the magic thing. It's 1 ounce a day. And not only does it have wild Alaskan blueberries, and why they are so powerful is because they go through 5 or 6 deep freezes in the spring, form that thick skin, and then it sits out in the sun for 3 months because the sun shines all summer long in Alaska. So you have a blueberry on steroids, okay? So that's the wild Alaskan blueberry, up to 20 times more powerful than a domestic blueberry. Then they added a little red raspberry, aloe vera, cranberry, grapeseed, grape skin, Concord grapes, pomegranate, noni, wolfberry or goji, and a little bit of bee pollen to deliver to us the single most powerful, it's not a drink, it's 1 ounce a day of a liquid multivitamin. Very, very, very powerful, giving the body the nutrition it needs. Now listen to this ORAC score. ORAC is oxygen radical absorbency capacity, measuring how many antioxidants. So you take a bottle of acai juice, okay? You take a bottle of the other company's acai juice, and everybody went ape because acai berry, that bottle is 7,500 ORACs. Everybody went, wow, that's better than anything else out there. Try 34,000 naturally occurring, not boosted artificially, 34,996 is the ORAC score on a bottle of Sunrise. It's phenomenal, okay? So that's Kyani Sunrise, and that's just the beginning, okay? And notice that 1 ounce a day, right? You don't have to buy 20 bottles a month of our product. You only have to buy one. Just 1 bottle a month, okay? All right, the second product is Kyani Sunset. Now, how many of you have heard of omega-3s? Raise your hand, really raise your hand. Okay, almost everybody in the room. Why are they so good? Because they've been proven to do things, right? They help bring down blood pressure, they help bring down cholesterol, they help with brain function, they help with circulation, with mood swings and all that stuff. And they're phenomenal. So we used to have omega-3s up at the top because we get our omega-3s from wild sockeye salmon. How many of you have seen the commercials on TV for omega-3s? Anybody who watches TV, there's 8 to 10 of them a day, right? And the only problem with those omega-3s is what? They're prescription and they're synthetically created. So what comes along with those? Side effects. Now, what sense does that make? I mean, seriously, guys, you take something as powerful as omega-3s, you attach some side effects to it, and they sell it to us at $100 a pop for a month's supply. Doesn't make any sense. It's kind of silly. So our omega-3s have no side effects, okay? They come from wild Alaskan sockeye salmon. The traces of mercury are below anything else out there. The traces are, you get more mercury eating vegetables every day than you do from wild Alaskan sockeye salmon. It's a phenomenal source. But the reason why we moved that vitamin E tocotrienol to the top is because over the last few years we've discovered that vitamin E tocotrienols are even more powerful than omega-3s. So think about that, at doing the same thing, at affecting your body, at creating that cholesterol-free system. They call that, I wanted to avoid this big word, but the endothelial layer in all of your blood vessels is where cholesterol forms, is where high blood pressure occurs. And what tocotrienols do, and omegas, is they take the inflammation out and they help your cholesterol and your blood pressure drop back down to normal. This is not an exaggeration. We have had people's blood pressure drop back down to normal in less than a week on our products, okay? So phenomenal. And this is where I always have to say, our products are nutritional supplements not meant to diagnose, cure, treat, or heal diseases. We believe when you put the right things in your body, it's capable of healing itself of just about anything, okay? So that's what we have with Kyani Sunset. So look at this. You have omega-3s from a pure source. You have vitamin E tocotrienols that are even more powerful. And when you put the two together, scientific evidence proves that they work synergistically better together than they do separately. So this product is phenomenal, phenomenal. I mentioned that omega-3s average $100 prescription, right? $80 to $100. This product is $32 plus shipping and tax, so about 40 bucks here to Hawaii. Think about that. Think about that pricing when you think about network marketing. Network marketing is famous for marking everything up so nobody can afford it. This is cheaper than anything you can buy at the store, okay? And Sunrise, the same thing. I forgot to mention that. Buy a multivitamin. My son and I were just at GNC, and multivitamins, the lousy one is $49.95. The time release one is $69.95. Kyani Sunrise, $32. $32 plus, again, shipping and handling. It's really unbelievable. Kyani is out to change the world. The last two products, here's some of the things that we mentioned about what omega-3s do and what tocotrienols do. And you can read those. They're phenomenal. They do all these things. They help your health, they help your brain, they help your cholesterol levels, your blood pressure, reduces inflammation, stress. And the bottom one is one I always forget, but it's the most important: sleep like never before. How many of you, honestly raise your hands, that are on Kyani Sunset have been able to sleep through the night since you've been on the product? Just raise your hands. Okay, look around you guys. It's phenomenal. And that's not an exaggeration. I sleep every single night through the night. It's glorious. When you can wake up in the morning, whether you got 4 hours or 8 hours, it doesn't matter. I've gotten 4 hours of sleep and woken up and not had the scratchy eyes and the grogginess whatsoever. Just wake up and ready to hit the deck running. It's phenomenal. This product is phenomenal. The next two are even better, okay? So where we're going to move now is to the two most, I honestly believe, I've been a college professor for 38 years. I just had to retire 2 years ago because of Kyani, okay? And I study things. And when I studied this product, it changed my life. I knew it was doing something. I knew it was doing miraculous things. But what I didn't know is why. And when I figured out why, it changed my life. And that's what I'm going out and tell the world. So let me just tell you what happened to me. So 3 years ago, I was 84, okay? I was 58, but I was 84. Do you know what I mean? I was falling apart. Wasn't sleeping every single night. I'd wake up every night like 1, 2 o'clock. Sometimes I could go back to sleep. Sometimes I'd just sit in front of my computer and do things. I had plantar fasciitis, which is chronic in both feet. I had rheumatoid forming in my left knee. I had sciatica for 8.5 years. No exaggeration, 8.5 years. And the longer it goes, the worse it gets. There were times when I couldn't even get out of bed. There were times when I couldn't even get into my car. That's how bad it was. I had a crick in my neck. I had a shoulder that hurt. I had tennis calf, and on and on and on. And what do we call that? Yeah, old age, getting old, exactly. And when you're 58, seriously, what are you going to look forward to? Getting worse. It ain't going to get any better, right? You're just going to get old, right? And that's pretty ugly, let me tell you. That's a sad, sad thing to look forward to. So here's what happened to me. This guy beat up on me. I'm not physically, okay? My friend Stevie Numatalolo, he was up in Utah, would call me every single day, okay? And he just beat up on me about Kyani. So he finally said, okay, I'm just sending you products. So I got the products for free. That's a good thing, right? And so I started taking the products. And here's what happened. Within 3 weeks, I'm out on this loop. I live in Wahoo. I used to live in Wahoo, and I do this 9-mile loop through the hills. And I was about 7 miles into that, and I didn't have any of those things going on. No pain in my feet, my knee, my sciatica after 8.5 years went away. Crick in my neck, everything. There were times when I couldn't move my head more than about that much. I got hit by a white Volkswagen. It's still embedded in my brain. I was out on a bike, and he ran a stop sign, and the guy took me out. And my neck, I didn't sue or anything. I was the good guy, right? I said, a lawyer came to me and said, I can get you $30,000 out of court, blah, blah, blah. But I didn't sue, but I almost wish I had, because my neck was never the same. I suffered for probably 11 or 12 years from that, okay? And I got on these darn products, and all of that went away. Was I excited? Absolutely. Do you know why I finished #1 in the age division at the Great Aloha Run? Is because I don't have any more aches and pains. I can go out and train every day, and the next day I'm not in bed for 10 hours trying to recover. It's the most phenomenal set of products there are. Now let me explain to you why this product in particular helped all those aches and pains go away. This is phenomenal in its nature. These 3 gentlemen discovered the most important thing that's been discovered about our health in our lifetime. This is not an exaggeration. What these gentlemen discovered was this thing called nitric oxide, a microscopic gas that's present in every healthy cell in your body. Nitric oxide has been deemed the governing molecule of the body because, read this statement from their study, nitric oxide has been shown to help maintain, repair, and defend nearly every cell and system. That means all of your systems, your brain, your respiratory, everything, okay, is affected by and governed by nitric oxide. Isn't that interesting? They got the Nobel Prize. And look at this. They got their choice for either human physiology or medicine. That's how important this discovery is, okay? Because nitric oxide literally governs your body. Now, how long can you live without food? And here's my corny joke. My friend in the very beginning said 1 hour. Okay? And he's probably right. He's not here tonight, okay? He probably died. He went 1 hour without food. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. How long can you really go without food? 1 week, 2 weeks, a month. They have found earthquake victims. They weren't out running marathons. Static, a trap, but had access to liquid, right? Had access to water, who have made it 50 to 60 days. It's crazy. Okay, the body is phenomenal, okay? How about water? We're 70 to 75% water. How long can you live without water? Yeah, about 3-4 days, and you're going to mock in 5 max. Okay, you're going to be gone. You can have kidney damage in 2 to 3 days. Well, 3 days you can have kidney damage. Okay, so obviously those are important things to the body. How long can you live without nitric oxide? 2 to 3 seconds. Nitric oxide governs every single thing in your body. So what is our product then? If nitric oxide is the body's own anti-inflammatory and vasodilator, that simply means that the body's own way of combating inflammation, which is the enemy to the body, the very enemy to the body, everything this body does that's negative has its root in inflammation. I read an article called Can You Cure Aging by about 3 or 4 MDs. And what they said basically was this: if you could rid the body of inflammation, you would live forever. You would live your genetic age, which is about 150 to 175 years, if you could rid the body of inflammation. Cancer attacks the body, creates inflammation, and feeds off of inflammation. So it's responsible for everything, like all the aches and pains, all the diseases, everything is about inflammation. So the body's own anti-inflammatory is nitric oxide. The body's vasodilator. Vasodilation is simply the arteries and capillaries being able to be clear and expand, right? Arteriosclerosis makes those arteries hard, and so you eventually will die because your blood can't circulate. So that vasodilation is also the most important thing that goes on in your body, and nitric oxide is what governs that. Isn't that interesting? So what does it do? Nitric oxide helps improve circulation, reduces inflammation, encourages heart health, sexual function. Anybody ever heard of Viagra? We always talk about this because it's real. What is Viagra? Synthetic nitric oxide. And the reason why it has so many side effects is the body can't control the amount that goes on in your body, right? So it can't control the amount of nitric oxide, and so there are horrendous side effects. So we call our product Kyagra, okay? And it really does improve sexual function, and it's non-discriminatory. It doesn't work for just guys, it works for gals as well. Cognitive function, which means brain function, immune support, all of these things with no side effects, because Nitro FX and Nitro Extreme are noni plant extract, not to be confused with noni juice, noni plant extract. So you take that little dropper, squeeze it with just about that much, a third of a dropper, one squeeze, put it in your mouth, let it sit there for a minute, and swallow it, and guess what happens? The biggest miracle of life, as far as I'm concerned, the body starts producing its own nitric oxide at very significant levels, okay? So that's the key to this product. That's what it's all about. So imagine that. So here's production of nitric oxide, okay? Did I get Franco Manlow's picture on the next one? Do we have it? Oh, it's right here. Good. So this lady is one of the most phenomenal doctors in the entire world, okay? Her resume is 36 pages long, single space. Went and graduated top of her class at Yale. Went to Johns Hopkins University Regional Medical Center in Baltimore, Maryland. Worked there for 8 years. Got hired away by the National Institute of Health as the director of genome, the director of genetic research for 8 years. Then they hired her into another department as the director of anti-aging for another 8 years. This woman knows more about the body perhaps than any other human being. Her statement is, how do you age? The body starts reducing the production of something. Guess what it is? Nitric oxide. Your body from when you're 25 on starts reducing the production of nitric oxide. So here's you in your youth, your nitric oxide level. Here's all the markers of aging. After you hit 25, here's what happens. All those markers of aging start taking place, okay? Weight gain. Guess what? Nitric oxide is responsible for the building of lean muscle mass and the reduction of body fat. So when you hit 25 years old, guess what happens? Live the same life, eat the same food, do the same exercise, you're going to put on weight. Marathon runner, started running in high school, never quit. I've got up to about 165 to 175 pounds running every day, eating the same stuff, never changing. Got on these products, and in the last 3 years, guess what's happened to my weight? Doong, 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 doong. These are 30-30 jeans. Same size I was wearing in high school, okay? So seriously, that's not an exaggeration. Kyani works in that department as well, okay? So what we're talking about is, if this is the reduction of nitric oxide and this is aging, what if you take our products and your nitric oxide levels go back up? What is this? It's getting younger every day, and I call that youthing. That's why I'm 33 years old now, okay? It's phenomenal stuff. People who haven't seen me for the last 3 years say, wow, what happened to you? Been taking Kyani, okay? Seriously. So, unbelievable products. And what we did, so Claire Francomano, by the way, let me finish her story. We talked to her, what is going on, 2 years now. We talked to her. She called me through my friend Dan Swindell, who's one of our distributors up in Washington. I got on the phone with her. We had a lengthy conversation. It was really hard to talk to this woman because I'm a nobody. I mean, I got my master's degree in teaching English, not in anything to do with physiology. But I explained the products to her as far as I understood. And she said, I want to talk to your doctors. So we put her in touch with our doctors. She had these conversations. She went back, studied the products, put them in some of her patients. She came back 2 months later, and guess what happened? She signed up as a distributor in Team Aloha. Okay? Signed up as a distributor. There is not a bigger validation in the world of anybody's products. We would have had to pay millions of dollars for that. And just 2 months ago, unfortunately, she became a member of the Kyani Medical Advisory Board. That is the most powerful statement of the validity of our products that there is in existence in the world today. Our science and what we're doing right now makes all the other companies look like the Mickey Mouse Club. This really, truly is the company that everybody has been waiting for in every respect, okay? So, what we came out with last year, we blew the top off of it, okay, is Nitro Extreme. And what that is the concentrated version of Nitro FX. What a phenomenal product this has been. As we've gone out throughout the world putting this product in people, we have watched unbelievable things happen. Just the most amazing things that you can believe. It has coenzyme Q10. You can read that, what it does. It has magnesium, zinc, chromium, niacin, and no preservatives whatsoever. This product is the product of the future. This is way before its time. I predict, this is from my study, okay? I predict that there will never be a more powerful product for wellness and nutrition and for the body than Kyani Nitro Extreme. It is at the cellular level and it is powerful. It is nitric oxide at work in your body. Okay, has everybody got it? Now, because the body's producing its own nitric oxide, it will never produce more nitric oxide than it needs. So you never have to worry about these products. I put these in my 2-month-old grandson. That's how safe they are. We had a 3-year-old on Kauai drink the whole bottle. That's a 1-month supply. Drink the whole thing, and nothing happened. Little guy didn't even get a stomach ache. Yes?
So does this product replace the Nitro FX?
So no. The answer to that is no, because there are a lot of people, this product is really strong, and in the beginning they can't take it, and so they get on the Nitro FX first, and they up their levels, and then they wean themselves over to the Nitro Extreme. So we're going to keep both products.
Okay, so eventually, though, this one leads to that one.
Yes, absolutely, because this is really more powerful. And what I want to say about that little kid, you know, this is really truly what the mom said. That little boy drank that whole bottle. Nothing happened, but the mom really said this. He was so well behaved that day, she wishes she could afford, she'd make the little booger drink a bottle a month. I mean, a bottle a day, a month supply a day. Seriously. So the products really do work in that department. And you watch little kids, this product doesn't affect them in any other way except to get them normal, get them balanced. We're talking about the whole world is chemically imbalanced. You got that? And it's from our lousy diets. And what we're saying about these products is they help your body get back where it belongs, period. I mean, that's all we're saying to people is try it because the products really do work. Okay, so basically, that's our products. And we're not out to get anybody's money. Our pricing is phenomenal, as you know. You never have to order tons of products like all the other network marketing companies who just want your money to make the owners rich. You don't have to do that in this company. And that 30-day money-back guarantee just says if products don't work, you get your money back. Now, I want to say something here that I always forget. Not only are these products nutritional supplements not meant to diagnose, cure, treat, or heal any diseases, there's no FDA approval of nutritional things. Everybody asks us, are your products FDA approved? No, they're natural. FDA is there to stop people from producing drugs that'll kill you, right? That's why FDA approval is needed for drugs, because some of them have killed people. Well, you know, noni plant extract won't kill anybody. A 2-year-old can drink it. So no, there's no FDA approval because there's no such thing for nutritional products. Everybody got that? The other thing I want to say is this, that your body is different. So we've had people with 4 days and their blood pressure drops down to normal. We've had other people take 8 months because your body's different. The amount that you've beaten up on yourself is different. Chris Cannon had migraine headaches all of his life, hospitalized, documentation 2 to 3 times a year. He'd go to the hospital. Came to the first meeting with a migraine, put the Nitro FX, because we didn't have Extreme at the time, and within 7 minutes his migraine went away, and it's been 3 years and he's never had one since. The products are phenomenal. The products work. They do what we say, okay? So that 30-day money-back guarantee isn't saying that everything you got's going to go away. It's just saying if you don't feel something, then you get your money back. I was just with my sister. She lives in Montecito, which is Santa Barbara, up in the mountains in a great big giant house. My brother-in-law's a engineer out of Stanford, and they make lots of money, right? My sister is the most skeptical person in the entire world. Isn't going to touch these products. But guess what happened? She got cancer, and she got pretty scared, and she decided to try the products. And I was just talking to her today. She said, from the first day I got on these products, I felt the difference. My brain cleared. I could focus. I felt different, and it changed my life. That's my skeptical sister, right? So my brother-in-law listens to this, us talking back and forth, and my brother-in-law is the Stanford engineer, got 2 engineering degrees from Stanford simultaneously, straight A's. He reads a book, sorry to diverge, he reads a book at like 2 seconds a page with 90% comprehension. Just an amazing guy. When he finished listening to us talk, you know what he said? Sounds like I better get on these products. And he's signing up as a distributor when they get back. And again, going under my sister, okay? Just a side note. The products really are that good. Okay, now, we're almost done. What we want to tell you, though, is a little bit about the opportunity, because there's a little business opportunity that comes along for the ride. And it looks like this. While the rest of the world has been suffering in inflation and in recession, and everybody's got financial problems, we've been in the process in the last 4 years of opening up 42 new countries with Kyani. And the one reason is because our products work. Wherever we go in the world, they have health problems. And wherever we go in the world, our products work for those people. So what it looks like is this. Today, everything is going wrong. I mean, job security, there's no such thing anymore. Your income plans to retire are all shot the heck. They're gone. They're non-existent anymore. Are you kidding me? Social Security? Do you think Social Security is going to be around for another 10 years? They're already bankrupt, okay? So what do we look at as far as the future, okay? Well, one thing's for sure, there's a lot of baby boomers. We make up over a third of the population, right? Baby boomers are something like 200 million of us. We have set the business trend on everything from the hula hoop to video games from the very beginning. That's my generation. And right now, guess how old we are? We're getting into our 60s. And guess what we're looking at? Wellness and staying alive. This is the next trillion-dollar industry. So you're in the right place because nutritionals are what everybody's looking at today. Okay? Now, here's what I want to show you. Okay? We have a compensation plan that is different from anything that I've ever laid eyes on in my life. There's all these network marketing companies that are multi-level, right? You got how that works? Your first level is the people you introduce. They introduce somebody, that's the second level. They introduce somebody, that's the third level. And by the time you get down to the seventh level, they can't pay you anymore, so they cut you off. And that's why nobody ever makes any money at network marketing. How many in this room have ever made $100 in network marketing? Raise your hands. Other than Kyani. A few of you? Good. Great. How many of you made $500? A few of you? Great. How many of you have made $1,000? $5,000 a month. $10,000, $20,000, $50,000. Sorry. Okay. So what I want to show you that's different is this. This company is not multi-level. We're not even an MLM. You can't call Kyani an MLM because it's not a multi-level company. Our payout system is the most unique payout system you've ever seen. Instead of paying from the top down like everybody else, we pay from the bottom up. That's the first thing that's different. The other thing that's different is when you just 3 people, okay? So each person orders your products, $120 plus shipping and handling. That counts as 100 points. So every person who orders, customer or distributor, counts 100 points. So that represents 1 people. That person, that represents 2 people. So when you get 3 people, you start making money in Kyani. You get 3 people, gate 1, we call this a pay gate accumulator. But gate 1 opens up, you start making 5%. You help those 3 people find 3 people, you got 12 people. 7 and 5. The second gate opens up, you start making an additional 7%. Then the third gate opens up when you have a few more people, and all of these gates start opening up. The more people you get, the more money you make. It's a sales commission. It's different than anything ever devised. For every single order that happens in your group of people, you make a percentage. Is that cool or what? It's way cool. It's true residual income, and it goes down to infinity. Okay? So it's really, really the best payout ever devised. Okay? And it really rewards you for the work you do. Well, they added a little something to that. They added a matching check. What the matching check says is when you make Sapphire, and I'll show you what that means in a minute, when you make Sapphire, which is only the 4th rank, most people hit it in 3 to 6 months as Sapphire, you start making a matching check on every single person in your organization. That's 15%. Has everybody got that? So that means when you make Sapphire, you're matching all those people's checks that are residual, right? For the sales that go on, you're matching them 15%. Now, here's the interesting thing. In every other company, when you're a Sapphire, let's say, and somebody else reaches Sapphire, guess what happens to your income? It goes to 0. It breaks you, and then you got to scramble out and go do something else, right? Well, in Kyani, let me show you how this works with this graphic. So here's you're Sapphire, you're making 15%, but what happens if this person and this person and this person you've been helping all make Sapphire? Well, you're going to be broke. Well, not in Kyani, because in Kyani, you match their check 15%, which is phenomenal enough, but then you match everybody underneath them an additional 10%. And that's called a matching check. And what happens is, as you increase in rank, you start making more generations of matching checks. That means when you have a sapphire under you, you make that check. If a sapphire's under them, all the way down 9 levels deep. Let me just share something with you. Broke school teacher 3 years ago. Not only no money, 10 months behind on my rent at $2,000 a month. You figured out, plus shutting off my electricity and stuff like that. Today, I make more money than anybody I personally know just by hard work. This is not hype. Broke school teacher jumps into this company, just starts talking to people and sharing the products with people. This matching check, as of my last rank after making Blue Diamond, that matching check exceeds my monthly residual check. This is payout for being a leader and for doing Kyani and for spreading the word, okay? This really is cool and it really works, okay? It's called a generational matching check. Now, you talk about payout. Let me just say that there is not another compensation plan like Kyani's in existence in the world. Nobody can copy this. We own it. Here's some average payouts that we have documented. These are average payouts that we can document. When you make a jade, which takes you about a month if you're slow, you're averaging $251 a month. When you reach that rank of sapphire, you're averaging $2,129. How many of you could use an extra $200-300 a month? How many of you could use an extra $2,000 a month, okay? Yeah. Okay, sapphire, we're busting sapphires all over the place in Kyani. And here's some other things. Rubies are averaging $4,000 a month, and diamonds are averaging $13,000 plus a month. And I just happen to be past that blue diamond and just past that green diamond. And I'm not going to tell you how much money I make, okay? All right. But just understand that whether you want to work this part-time and just make a few $100s a month, or whether you want to jump into this and really hammer it and make all the money you want. So here's the way it works. You go, this is you, and you're going to go out and look for how many people? 3 people. That's all there is. You're going to look for 3 people, and you're going to help them find 3 people. That's it. That's all you have to do. If you do that, if you help 3 people find 3 people, we call you a jade. Okay? You become a jade. And here's what happens to a jade. A jade has just earned, by doing that in the first month, if you can find 3 people and help them just find 3 people, you have just made $300 in sponsoring bonuses, $180 in recruiting bonuses, a gate bonus, and a fast start bonus. You've just made $860 your first month. I have spent a year and a half full time in a company and not made $860 in a month. You can do this in your first month in Kyani. Okay, now, how do you get to sapphire, right? That's the place of choice. How do you really get to sapphire? Well, the way you do that is you become a jade, and then you find those 3 people and you help them find 3 people. And when you've helped any 5 people in your group become jade as well, you are now a sapphire. And that means you are making $2,000 on average a month, and you just qualified for our new car program, which is an Audi A4. And if you want to go look at some, we have more on this island than I think anywhere else in the country. Okay, I think there's 17 Audi A4s so far in just the last few months here on this island, and more coming. So that's the way it works. That's the way you make it to sapphire, okay? All right, so we're just about done. Here's the ways to get started. We have distributor packs. You can sign up for $2.99 and you get over $400 worth of products and brochures. You can sign up for $4.99 and you get over $700. Or you can sign up for $9.99 and you get almost $1,500 worth of products and materials to hand out. So that's how you sign up in Kyani, okay? Now the last thing is, I'm just going to finish up with, is team support. We are Team Aloha. We really are Team Aloha all over the world. And we really are Ohana. And what we believe is you don't bring anybody in this company unless you're going to help them to succeed. The way you succeed in Kyani is by helping other people succeed. You do that and you succeed. And that's what we have. And we have training going on. We have a Super Saturday coming up on March 3rd. That's going to be training. We have a new system we've just put in place I'm going to talk about in a minute. And then we have events going on. We have the Super Saturday. We have a national convention. Sorry, I didn't get it up, but the national convention is in August in Long Beach. And then next year in February, our international convention is going to be in good old Las Vegas, okay? All right. Let me just finish with this. My personal experience in Kyani has been to have all my life's dreams fulfilled. And there are people right behind me in this room who are following that same path. And what there is to get is this, that Kyani is different. You've seen it tonight. You're talking about a company that is without peer. I mean, it is the most unbelievable company that I compare it to Apple Computer. I was fortunate enough to get into Apple Computer when it first started, one of the first authorized Apple developers for software. And I watched the company grow. I made a program. I got to meet this guy named Steve Jobs. I got to help take Apple Computer to Japan. I mean, I really did. I was one of the key evangelists for Apple in Japan. And I watched this company, and I knew from the first day that I saw the hardware, because it was done in Pascal at the machine language level, at the very base level, I knew that it was going to rule the world someday. Everybody laughed at me. They said, PC. I said, PC is nothing. The day is going to come when Apple is going to rule the world. And that was way back 25, 30 years ago I said that. And then I watched this visionary guy, Steve Jobs, guide this company. And everywhere you go in the world, you've been to the new store in Ala Moana, I was just in there today. It's packed wall to wall. There's hundreds and hundreds of people in every Apple store in this world, okay? I saw another company about 3 years ago that had products that dealt at the cellular level of our health, of our body. And I knew that there's going to be nothing come out more powerful than the products that Kyani has. It's just not possible. It's at the cellular level. It's at that same level, just like Apple Computer. And then I watched this man, Mr. Kirk Hansen, as a visionary, just like Steve Jobs. And so I'm going around the world saying that Kyani is the Apple Computer of this industry. It truly is. That's what you're looking at with this company, a company with that you can trust and has integrity. You saw products that actually work and do what we say. They really do work. They're scientifically based. And you've seen a compensation plan that nobody can touch. Kyani is the company that everybody has been waiting for. I just want to thank you for being here. Right now you're going to be in one of three places. You're either going to want more information, you're going to want to try the products, or you're going to want to sign up as a distributor. Whatever place you're in, talk to the person who brought you here tonight. We have samples to hand out. If you'll raise your hands right now, we'll give you a free sample of our Kyani Sunrise, which is a phenomenal product. Okay.